Alright, what is going on, people? This is Adam here, representing Modern Fitness. As you see, we're making all the gains this year. Today, I'm really excited to show you, man. This is probably the most useful information I can give anybody out there. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to find your maintenance calories as well as your macros, alright? Macros are your fats, carbs, and proteins, and how much to eat every day. I hope you paid attention in your algebra class. I think it's some algebra, but get your calculators out, get your minds ready, because I'm about to throw like a 15-minute video at you of straight numbers that are probably not going to make any sense. So let's get right into this. All right, guys, so the very first thing we need to find out is your maintenance calories, and how to do that is what we do is take our body weights and we multiply that by 13 to 17. Now, how do you know which number to choose? Pretty easy. Now, 13 means you're not very active. Something like you have a desk job, you maybe work out once or twice a week, you're not very active, right? 17, on the other hand, you either work out 6-7 days a week very hard, or you have a job where you're like a construction worker, where your job is like your workout. So obviously somebody over here burns a lot more calories than somebody back here. That's why we multiply our body weight by these numbers. So when you do this gets us our maintenance calories. And for example, this is me. I am 170 pounds. I multiply that by 15. Now, I've learned my body over the years to know what to multiply by, and that gives me 2550. This is my maintenance calories. Now, if I want to lose weight, what I'm going to do is subtract 300 to 500 calories from my maintenance calories. So 2550 minus 3 to 500, that gives me 2250 to 2050 calories per day. Usually when I start a weight loss, I start on the high end of the spectrum, and if I gain weight, I cut it back. For the video purposes, I'm going to be using the high end of the spectrum for my weight loss, and for the weight gain, I add 2 to 300 calories to my maintenance. So 2550 plus 2 to 300, 2750 to 2850 calories per day. Again, for this video, I start on the low end for weight gain because you don't want to gain too much weight. And everything here is all trial and error, okay? So me and you, we could be the same weight with the same activity level, have the same, and the maintenance calories, this is where it may be different. So you may gain weight from this, or you may lose weight from this. Everybody's caloric needs is different. You need to find what works with your body. So for maintenance calories, if you gained weight from this, obviously you're eating too much, maybe cut it back 100 to 200 calories. And if you're losing weight from this, you want to add a couple hundred calories. So to find your maintenance calories here. Also, I mean, it plays in with your weight loss. If you're just trying to lose weight and this makes you lose weight and it's a healthy amount of weight, obviously stick with it. Now, when it comes to weight loss, you want to be losing 2 to 3 pounds at most per week. Anything over that is going to be very unhealthy. You're going to start losing muscle with that. You do not want to lose your muscle. Weight gain, about a pound per week is pretty good. Maybe 2 at most. That's what I was doing. You don't want to just go binge eat and gain like what I did, 10 pounds in 3 weeks, all right? So remember, for weight loss, 2 to 3 pounds per week. I mean, or even 1 to 3 pounds. 1 to 3 pounds per week to lose weight. And if you're gaining weight, 1 to 2 pounds per week. So once you find your maintenance calories, now we're going to go into finding your macros, okay? So I'm going to start with the weight loss. So your macros are your 3 main calorie sources: your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. That is where all of your calories come from, okay? For the video purpose of this video, obviously for the weight loss, I'm just going to use the high end of my weight loss spectrum at 2250. So to find your protein intake for the day, you're going to take your body weight times 1.2. So an example for me, I am 170 pounds times 1.2. That is going to give me 204 grams of protein per day. Now, for my very overweight clients, or just very overweight people in general, you want to find out what your lean mass is. So you want to find a health doctor that can test your body fat percentages. Personal trainers can do that as well with the fat calipers. They also have the machines that you step on and hold the little metal detectors that give you an estimate of your body fat percentage and lean mass. Now, say if you're 300 pounds, you're not going to want to eat 300 to 350 grams of protein per day. That is, number one, very expensive, and that is a whole bunch of protein in a day. So remember, if you're very overweight, to use your lean mass. Now, for your fat content, you're going to take your total daily calories, remember for me, 2250, times 0.2 to 0.3 divided by 9. Okay, so 2250 times 0.2 to 0.3, that equals 450 to 675 calories of fat per day. Remember, this is calories, not grams. We want grams. So in order to get grams, I'm taking 450 divided by 9. That equals 50. Why the number 9? 1 gram of fat carries 9 calories. That is why you divide your calories by 9. That is how you get your grams. So 450 divided by 9 is 50. 675 divided by 9 is 75, because we're doing 0.2 to 0.3. That's where these two numbers come from. So, your carbs. This is where it gets kind of complicated. You're going to take your total daily calories. All right, so 2250. You're going to minus your protein intake for the day times 4. For me, it's 204. So 2250 minus my protein, 204 times 4. Why the number 4, you're going to ask? 1 gram of protein carries 4 calories. So total daily calories, obviously you can't minus grams from calories, so we need to convert these all into calories. So total daily calories minus my 170, or 204 times 4, minus 50 to 75 grams of fat times 9. So this is where it gets a little confusing, because remember, we can eat 50 to 75 grams of fat per day. So 2250 minus 816, that's my protein intake, times 204 times 4 is 816. So I take those, and then 50 times 9 and 75 times 9. That's where these two numbers come from. 50 times 9 is 450, 75 times 9 is 675. So first thing I do is I take my total daily calories and I minus my protein. That gives me 1434. And then I'm going to minus 450 and 675 from 1434. So 1434 minus 450 is 984. 1434 minus 675 is 759. Now these are in calories and we want grams, so 1 gram of carb carries 4 calories. So 984 divided by 4 is 246 grams per day. On the high end, on the low end, 759 divided by 4 is 190. Now, the only thing you're going to want to play with here is your fats and your carbs. If you're eating more fats, cut your carbs down. If you're eating more carbs, cut your fats down. Never play with your protein. You keep your protein high when you're losing weight. That way you keep your muscle, okay? You need to be training hard and keep your protein intake high. That way you preserve as much muscle mass as possible, because when you lose weight, your body wants to take its muscle mass first before it takes its fat, okay? That's why we keep this high. So remember, if you're doing low fats, increase your carbs. If you're doing high fats, decrease your carbs. You could do right in the center too. So just fall anywhere between this range. Just make sure you're hitting your total daily calories for the day. So that is for the weight loss. Now for the muscle gains, right? We want to build some muscle. So, let me tilt this down a little bit. All right, so I'm going to use 2750 for this video purpose, the low end, because I don't want to gain too much weight. So, very easy for protein, you're eating 1 gram per body weight. So me, I'm 170 pounds, I'm eating 170 grams per day. My fats, same thing as weight loss, times 0.2 to 0.3 for your total daily calories. Obviously, we're eating more, so our fat content is going up. So, when I multiply my total daily calories times 0.2 to 0.3, that gives me 550 to 825 calories per day in fat. Okay, so 2750 times 0.2 gives me 550. 2850 times, or actually no, I'm not doing 20 that. So 2750 times 0.3 gives me 825. So 5550 and 825 is my total. Between there is what I want for my fat content for the day. So I just take these two numbers and divide them by 9. So 61 to 91 grams of fat per day. Sorry if I confused you a little bit. I know. Shouldn't have put that number there. So, again, total daily calories. I'm just doing 2750. Don't worry about this number here. Times 0.2 gives me 550. 2750 times 0.3, 825. Divide these both by 9. You are going to eat 61 to 91 grams of fat per day. Fat is very important, and especially healthy fats. These regulate your hormones, your endocrine system, and all that stuff. So do not neglect your fats. Fats are very good for you. Just the good sources, not the bad ones. Now, carbs. This again, where it gets kind of complicated. Total daily calories minus your protein intake times 4 minus your fat intake times 9 divided by 4. So I'm eating 2750 calories a day to gain weight. I'm going to minus my protein. I'm eating 170 grams a day times 4, because remember, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. We're trying to convert all these to calories. So you do the 170 times 4, and then you minus that from 1750. That gives me 2070. And then we're taking our fat content, remember, 61 to 91 grams per day, times 9. That gives us 550 to 825 calories per day from our fat. This is on a spectrum, remember. So to find your carbs, if you're eating low fats, you're going to take 2070 minus 550 divided by 4. That gives us 380. If you're going to eat a lot of fats at 91 grams, you're going to do 2070 minus 825 divided by 4 to give us 312. Hopefully that makes sense, all right? So remember, total daily calories minus your protein. That'll give us your these calories here. And then you're just going to minus the spectrum from your fat, the low end and the high end. Low end, high end. So the 2070 minus 550 divided by 4 to get the 380. 2070 minus 825 to get to 312. Hopefully that all makes sense. So that is what you need to know there for weight loss and muscle gain. This stuff took me years to find out how to gain muscle and how to lose weight, all right? It is trial and error. I want to help you guys out as best as I can. That way I could take my years of trial and error and help you guys out in a matter of months, all right? If you guys have questions on this, again, you already know to send it to my business email, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever you want. This is very basic math. It looks very complicated. It gets easier the more you do it. Just remember, we need to find your maintenance calories first. If you do want me to do this for you, just go ahead and email me your body weight and how active you are on the 13 to 17. I will find your maintenance calories, and I will send you on your way. Now, if you want me to monitor your progress, give you basically a kind of nutrition plan to follow and a weight training program, I do offer online coaching through my fitness app. I will have all of the details in the description of wherever I post this, where obviously you do have to pay to get into that, because I'm going to be coaching you. I'm going to be giving you my years of knowledge into my app. That way you don't have to do any research on your own. Now, that does not include personal training. Obviously, this is all on your own. Personal training is a different charge for me, which, if you can afford it, I've highly recommended, because when I was a beginner, I wish I could afford it. I would have saved myself from hurting myself. I would be in a much better position than I am now. But that is why I do what I do, because I want to help people learn from the mistakes that I've made. So, other than that, another piece of advice, you will have to get a food scale, okay? You are going to have to learn how to measure your food. That way you know that you're eating 204 grams of fat, or 204 grams of protein, and 50 to 75 grams of fat in your carbs, you know? You have to weigh your food out. That way you know what you're eating. I also recommend using MyFitnessPal. That way you can track your calories. Also, in my fitness app, you can log your food. That way I can see what you're eating. I will have the nutrition plans. That way you know what to follow. But other than that, like I said, guys, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I will gladly help you find your maintenance calories to lose weight and to gain weight. Remember, to learn how to use a food scale, you need to learn how to read a nutrition label. It is a long process. It took me forever to learn this stuff. So I want to help you guys out. That is going to conclude this video here. This has been Adam from Modern Fitness. So, questions and whatnot, email me. I want you guys to stay motivated. I need you guys to get on your grind. I need people on my team to be motivated, all right? Let's get this year started off right. Let's get this beach body ready. I'm getting ready to prep down for this men's physique show. So, follow me on Instagram to see what I've been doing. Again, feel free to reach out to me. I want to help you guys out. All right, peace out. Hey guys, so one last thing before I close this video out, I do want to mention in the weight loss section of the video, I said that you don't want to play with that protein intake at all. You can decrease that if you would like. So for example, most of my clients, I have them between 100 to 140 grams per day, and it works very well for them. So say I want to do that and I'm eating 200 grams of protein. I'm supposed to eat 200 grams per day and I don't want to eat that much. Say I want to go down to 140 and I decrease my carbs by 60 or my protein by 60. You're going to take whatever you decrease from your protein, you're going to add it to your carbs. So I'm taking away 60 grams of protein. I'm going to add 60 grams of carbs, okay? So I do want to clarify that a little bit. Also, you had the low end of the spectrum for the fats and the high end. Same thing with the carbs, you have the low end and high end. If you are going to do a low end of the fats, you can increase your carbs. You can do the high end of the carbs. And if you're going to do the high end of the fats, you're going to have to go to the low end of the carbs, okay? So it's a balance. Now, the biggest thing with all of this is to just make sure that you hit those total daily calories. You don't want to go too far over because you're going to gain weight, and you don't want to go too far under because you're going to start losing too much weight to where it's going to start taking your muscle mass as well, and that is not what you want. Now, when you plateau, so you're no longer losing any more weight, what you want to do is, number one, either increase your cardio to 4 or 5 days per week, or you're going to decrease your carbs, or a little bit of both. Decrease your carbs and do more cardio. Now, you don't want to do too much cardio because you're going to start losing muscle mass, and you don't want that. And you also don't want to decrease your carbs too low because you're going to start feeling sluggish. You know, you're not going to want to go to the gym. You're just going to be tired all the time because your carbs give you your energy, right? So it's very important to find that balance. Either way, when you're in weight loss, you're going to feel kind of tired. You just want to find that balance that can keep you in the gym. Now, the reason why I like doing the macros is because you can literally almost eat anything you want as long as you hit those total daily calories every day. So I know a lot of people that want to do like keto and all that, but they can only do it for like 2 weeks, and when they're doing it, man, they have no energy. You want to find something that you could do for the rest of your life, not something that you're going to do for 4 weeks, lose 10 pounds, and then you go back to your old habits, and boom, you gain all your weight back and then more. So find a nice balance that you can maintain in your everyday life. That is the biggest key when it comes to dieting. So I just wanted to clear that up in the video. You can decrease that protein, but just add it to your carbs. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, also, if you would do me a huge favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Instagram, that will help me out a lot. All right, I appreciate all of you guys' support, and I'll see you in the next one.